somebody was to take you on a date, not there, but just anywhere, what you think should be the minimum and the maximum amount they should be spending?
$250.
$250?
Yeah.
That ain't bad. On the first date?
On the first date, $250.
So what about after they get to know you for a little minute? Then how much they should be spending?
After you get to know me, we need to be going on vacation.
Oh, okay.
We need to be going on vacation. But if we did go on a second date, and the first date went well, go somewhere nicer, maybe like 400, 500, something like that. Minimum, I say like, maybe like 100.
Okay.
Max like 400, 500. It depends what we do though.
That ain't bad. You cool.
I don't expect much for a first
like
date.
You look like you was finna say something crazy. He gotta spend 1,000. No, okay. That should be spent.
You could spend $20 and I'd be good.
Okay.
Max, I wouldn't let probably anyone spend over $150 on the first date.
I think it really depends. You could really do a lot with $50 and you could do also very little with $150. You get what I mean? I think it's all about the intention and the attention you're giving to the woman. You could do an amazing bomb date for $50 at the park, get yourself some Publix sub sandwich, but if you let that girl feel every little detail is intentional, it'll feel like a $300 date. You feel? You get what I mean?
Okay.
Can't date a man that works a 9 to 5 because at 9 a.m. I'm going to look at flights and be like, hey, want to go to Jamaica? And he's going to be like, hey, got to go to work. You can't work from your computer. And he's going to be like, not my reality. Well, the reality you're in and the reality I'm in is two different realities. I want to go eat lunch in Jamaica and come back. Star, why won't you be with someone more humble? Because I don't plan to dumb down my life. I don't want to live regular. I want to do the most. I did not make all these sacrifices, stay up late at night, walk in the rain with packages and orders, burn my pum-pum trying different products, to be with a man that just wants to live regular. While I'm here on earth, I want everything earth has to offer. I want to be extra. People think being with a rich man has to do with money, but it has to do with character. It has to do with how much you're willing to sacrifice. It has to do with ambition. It has to do with your intelligence. I'm just saying there's more to it than being rich, than the money.
It says my Randy Macho Savage Man glasses, man. I bought these at Eastern Market almost a year ago. So shout out to Eastern Market. Shout out to all my Detroiters. But yeah, we had a video, man. I ain't had much to talk about, so I started like scrolling through IG and I found these particular videos, which they both correlate with each other. That's why I put them together. All right, you had the first video of the brothers asking two black women, you know, what their minimum and maximum was for dating. Somebody said $250 and it was like $400, I think something like that, between the two black girls. Then the white, or whatever she is, non-black woman, she was like, and the Asian woman was like, it's basically about the experience, you know. She said you can spend $150 and not feel nothing, or you can spend $50 and have a great experience. And you know, at the end of the day, the other lady said it's really not about the price, it's about the date. And I say this, a lot of guys are lacking personality. You know, a lot of guys lack personality, man. Like, that's one of the things, you know, kind of the crazy thing about it, that'll get you married, that'll make a woman want to wife you. Now, will that keep her faithful to you or sexually attracted? No. Part of your social status is your personality, your leadership ability, and the way that you know, the way that you people gravitate towards you. You know, that mean, you know, you still can be unattractive, but you know, socially, people are, you know, gravitate towards you. Women are picky. They're very meticulous in what they want. You know, I feel like if you got height and you talk well and you average in the bedroom at least, you know, and you about your paper, you'll be straight, you know. But you are the experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you got to understand about dating with women in general before we dig into this. You are the experience. You know, it's not the restaurant if you choose to do a dinner date. It's not if you go bowling. It's not if you go wine taste. Not if you go escape room. If y'all go to the park. Really, you are the experience. Your ability to hold a conversation, your ability to make women laugh and listen, And I said this years ago, you know, on this very channel. I think it's been 3 years since I had this channel. Time go by. One of the most attractive traits you can do for women in general is recollection. That lets you know that you were listening and you're thoughtful. When a woman says something, and it also helps you catch women when they bullshitting and when they lying to you too. But I remember I had a homegirl. We used to work together and shit. And we ain't talked to some, you know, we ain't talked to some years. We caught up for a minute, and then a year went by too. And I'm like, dog, how your pops doing? You know, I remember last time you told me your pops was sick. And she was like, oh man, I can't believe you really, you know, you remember that. I appreciate that. Like, yeah, I mean, in general, when I see, you know, I don't hang around with people in general. If I do, it's like family functions or something like, but I see my boys, I grew up with, like, man, how your daughter doing? How your kids doing? How your mom's doing? You know, that's the thing. But in general, your ability to recall. Now, she say, you know, she like the color pink or some shit, you know. You know, y'all go out and be like, let's just say y'all playing laser tag. I'm just doing a hypothetical. And they got a pink vest. Like, hey, let me get, you grab the pink vest for her or whatever. Like, he got a pink vest. I know you like pink. You talk. They love shit like that. But you already experiencing the date. You already experienced. It's not the food. It's not the vibe. It's not the music, excuse me. It's not the ambiance. You already experienced. So when you provide a very good experience, social-wise, you clean, you dress nice, you hitting, you know, personality hitting, you know what I'm saying? You ain't too agreeable, but you ain't arguing with her. You ain't fighting with how she feel and trying. Look here, man, that's the number one thing dudes do on the date. They be trying to dissect the women and debate the women on the date. No, she feel the way she feel. Take it, put it into your computer in your head. And then, you know, when the date is over with or you done talking to her, add it up and see where you want to take it with. But, you know, a lot of black women raised to be gold diggers, sack chasers. You know, that's a fact. I seen it growing up where the grandmothers and the mothers, how they talk to young daughters and shit. I had homies who had sisters. And, you know, and all of them end up being single mothers and shit. You know, I remember they would be adult teenagers, 18, 19, 20. And they boyfriends would be sleeping over and shit. And they was baby mom, but they were cool, you know. I just soaked the game up. Most of these black women, these older black women, they set these women up for failure because they don't want to see them achieve something they didn't achieve. They show them how to pretty much be prostitutes. And this is, you got to get money out of a man. All they is for money. And in other communities, they look at the bloodline. They look at the generational wealth. They're able to look at his ambition. You know, they're able to look at his ability to hustle, his empathy, his character, because they know their children gonna embody all of that. You know, they know they not really dealing with dudes that they can't bring around their father and their mother and stuff. They ain't really dealing with that when it's time to get serious. You know what I mean? So it's just, you know, it's a character flaw in them dating. It's you know, and that's why, you know, black women go around and say, why are we so sexualized? That's why you're so sexualized, because it's all about the money. It's all about M&D, money and dick for them. And I don't want to make them a monolith or a general statement, but the majority of them, it's about money and dick. And unfortunately, that's a recipe for failure. Because somebody can have money today and not have money tomorrow. But when you really got a system, you really disciplined, you got character, you got belief, you know, you come from a good family where y'all got you, he gonna bounce back, or she gonna bounce back in general. But it's all about the money. But it's funny how it's all about the money. But now that the internet done pulled the wool off of the guy's eyes, they done fuck so many dudes who didn't have no money. They done fuck niggas for free. They done fuck, you know, the bartender for free. They done F, you know, ninjas, you know, the bouncers at the club for free, but they charge you. So now it just comes to the point where if she charge you, she don't like you. That's it. If she charge you, she don't like you. And that's why black women get so sexualized, because, you know, a lot of their stuff scream prostitution. The BBLs, the titties, the wigs, the lashes, the boss bitch, not even the boss bitch mentality, I don't need a man mentality, the finances, you got to do this, that, and the third to be with me. It's all about what you gonna do for me. I don't do shit for a man. I mean, what man gonna sign up other than just to hit it and split it? You know? Even if he put a baby inside of you, you think, you know, it's gonna be a recipe for success? No. No, it's not gonna be a recipe for success. But, you know, in general, that's why they looking for money and expensive dates. Because I was thinking about this too before I get what the other girl said. You know, I was thinking about most men, you know, a lot of times when they go out, dudes that be trying to impress women, I'm like, dudes, and I'm just thinking about this while I was at work, like, dudes go do nice things for themselves? Like, do they go to a nice restaurant and sit? Me personally, I go on my own. If I really want to go, I just go on my own. You know, I go sit there at the table. Been plenty of times where I go to Benihana's and I be by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. I want that shit off the stove. Or I get a steak from over here or Ruth Chris or something. Like, you know, I just go on my own a lot of times. Most guys don't be doing shit nice until it's time to impress a woman. You know, you gotta do nice stuff for yourself. A lot of these women, they go to these fancy restaurants, you know, as a group, and they do nice things and experience nice things. You know what I mean? Most of these dudes be depriving themselves. Take trips, do nice things, you know? But then you have old girl talking about, you know, I can't do the 9-to-5 guy, and she's successful. I mean, obviously she got some type of products. She's somebody. And, you know, that's the difference between when we talk about women, that's a huge difference. When they got it, they got it. When you got it, we got it. Now, you don't catch what I said. When they getting that money they selfish. You ain't really never heard no woman like Kiva 90 Ray Wayne's putting his whole family on. You ain't never heard none of these women that's got all this money, make more money than men, put their family on. There's been plenty of times where dudes and took their families out the hood, out the ghetto, put them in better positions. You don't see women doing, they selfish. I keep telling y'all that. But a lot of women are selfish by trade, you know? And, you know, and that's what it is. When they got money, it's like, nah, I still want your little money and I got my money. So that's why the women are in the predicament that they be in, because it's selfishness. And when they fall off and the shit go wrong, who gonna help them out? They ain't help nobody build up. They ain't help nobody start their business. They're very narcissistic, bro. That's why when they fall off like B. Simone and they just get on and they shit on everybody, that's why they fall so hard. Because they treat everybody like shit on the way up and why they up, you know? And that's the thing. Why I need a man? Okay, shit, if it's, you know, you got all that money, why you ain't got a man that can do all this? Because they not attracted to the attitude. Even men with money are like, okay, why am I getting with you and all you gonna do is take my money and keep your money? I can get a broke bitch and she gonna do everything I say do, and I'm gonna show her how to get this money, and I'll be able to really, you know, put her, you know, she got more femininity. I'll be able to put her in a position to be successful, and she gonna listen, you know? But with you, it's always a fight. You masculine, you know what I mean? You got money, but how's it benefiting me? Even with dudes with money, they don't be taking vacations like that, dog. Man with money don't take vacations like that. They got too busy on getting to the chicken. Well, I want to go eat go eat in Jamaica by yourself. It's funny how these women get loud on these microphones and they don't have no man. Ain't no man picking up, stopping what they doing. That's these old ass niggas stopping what they doing, you know, to go spend money with you because you want to eat lunch in Jamaica. It don't work that way. And that's what they don't understand. It doesn't work that way. Really, men don't have to like take vacations, bro. They like to just grind until they feel like they can take a vacation. So it's funny. They have no shame. They have no shame in saying, I'm strong and independent. And they say these things, and they listen, rewatch the videos? Don't even fuck around with the comment section. Do they rewatch the videos and be like, damn, I am the problem? Never. Because ultimately, with that mind thought, you are the problem. What's the point of me getting with you? And she going to Jamaica paying for dick. That's all that shit is. And she don't look that good to be making that demand, the demands. You know what I mean? It's like, what's the point? Body probably fake, personality fake. It's like, man, get the fuck on. Nobody want to deal with that energy. You know, when women get money, they put nobody on, and they come with a lot of masculine negative energy. Now, I've met women that got money and done a lot of amazing things, but a lot of them, man, turn them into a monster. Like Meek Mill say in that song Monster. But hey, hit the link in the description. Follow me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.